The peace of Christ be with you. Christ said to his disciples, "Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me." John 14, verse 1, meaning because the Father and I are one, according to John 10:30. Christ is God's peace, the peace of the soul. To the believers, Peter said, "For ye were as sheep going astray, but are now returned unto the shepherd and bishop," meaning overseer, "of your souls." 1 Peter 2:25. The confusion into which Christ threw the Sanhedrin illustrate, in my opinion, the troubled state of a soul without Christ. The Pharisees and Sadducees present at this assembly sought their peace not in Christ, but in the law of Moses. The Pharisees believed they were entitled to the resurrection of the dead, not because of the blood of Christ, but because of their semblance of obedience to the law. For the Sadducees, life after death was folly despite the Lord's words. These two groups were united against Paul. It is written, "But when Paul perceived that the one part were Sadducees and the other Pharisees, he cried out in the council, 'Men and brethren, I am a Pharisee, the son of a Pharisee,'" meaning because Paul wasn't against the law. He continued saying, "Of the hope and resurrection of the dead I am called in question." And when he had so said, there arose a dissension between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and the multitude was divided. For the Sadducees say that there is no resurrection, neither angel nor spirit, but the Pharisees confess both. And there arose a great cry, and the scribes that were of the Pharisees' part arose and strove, saying, "We find no evil in this man, but if a spirit or an angel hath spoken to him, let us not fight against God." Acts 23, verse 6-9. This chaos illustrates the state of the soul of those who oppose the truth, that is, Christ. It is written, "The stone," meaning Christ, "which the builders refused, is become the headstone of the corner." Psalm 118, verse 22. Instead of acknowledging their sin and submitting to Christ, these religious people hardened their hearts, although only in Christ is the believer complete, according to Colossians 2, verse 10. To the Pharisees, legalists but great lawbreakers, Christ said, "But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men," meaning by diverting them away from Christ. "For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in." Matthew 23, verse 13. To the Sadducees, Christ said, "You are in error because you do not know the Scriptures or the power of God." Matthew 22, verse 29. Christ also said, "I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live." John 11:25. It is also written, "Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth in thee," meaning by believing in Christ. "Trust ye in the Lord forever," meaning trust also in his Christ. "For in the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength." Isaiah 26, verse 3-4. There is no peace for the fool who built his house on the sand, according to Matthew 7, 26-27. Come to Christ.